Good morning students, I welcome you all for the online revision class of economics. Today I will be discussing some of the question how you have to solve in the examination point of view. See your students, as you know, the midterm will be of 40 marks and 10 marks of the project. So it is altogether 50 marks. So 40 marks a theory paper will be coming to you. I have given yesterday some type of questions to you people, and today I will be discussing that questions with you. See here, one topic is new. First of all, the 40 marks questions will be there. Directly it will be 40 numbers only. Okay. Now the thing is that this 40 marks question, what will be there? The first part will be the objective type question. Okay, that is the objective type question. Directly one question will be there and 4 option will be there, and you have to take the answer according to the question. Okay, that is objective based question. Basically, first of all, the whole question paper is MCQ pattern. Multiple choice question is given, but in this MCQ also many patterns has been added up this year. In the first section, it will be objective type question. Second section of the same, it will be assertion and reasoning, as you are seeing before me. The particular assertion and reasoning type question variety I had given because it is new this year. And the third will be case based questions. Case study based question will be there. One case study will be given, and according to case study you have to give the answer of the 5 or the 4 question which is given below the case study questions. Okay, so this is the way of pattern of question will be coming to you people in both economics, BST. Okay, now assertion and reasoning, what it is. Assertion and reasoning, one type variety of question is there, where assertion means a statement related to that reason will be given. If both are related, then one option will be there. Alternatives are given. Can you see? The second quarter represent the average number of the given series. That is Q2 defines the average. It is saying there. Reason is given. Median and quartiles are partition values of measures of central tendency. The first and second, if both are correct, then in the first alternative you can see both assertion A and reason R are true, and reason R is a correct explanation of assertion A. It is given, so it is related. But if you are finding A assertion is correct and not the reason, then the third option, then you can see both assertion and reason are true, but reason R is not the correct explanation of assertion A. It means if both the statements are correct, first statement is also correct, second is also correct, but both are not related. Reason is not according to assertion, but reason is not wrong also. This is related to some another statement. Then this second option will be coming, that both assertion and reasons are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion A. C option is there, where assertion is false, but reason is true. Okay, means first one statement is wrong, but the R is right. Second option is that where A and R both are right, but R is not related to A. And the first statement A option is that both assertion and reasons are true, and also reason is matching with the assertion. And next is the both are false, means first and second statement both are wrong, then the false statement. Case based MCQ, now we will be going. So in the question paper, what you have to do? You have to read this two statement, and then you have to tick any A, B, C or D option. Next, case-based MCQs. Let us see one case-based MCQ. Read the following case study and answer for question 14 to 18. Statistics is all about data. Presenting data effectively and efficiently is an art. This is the paragraph taken from your book itself. The collected data is the first instance might have many complexity. This is where the importance of a presentation of data comes in. Presentation is a way to simplify the data to enhance human understanding. With time, new and complex research started happening. People realized the importance of the presentation of data to make sense of the findings. Broadly, the raw data can be classified using 3 modes, namely textual, tabular and diagrammatic. Each method is used for different purposes with its own merits and demerits. Let us see what question has been asked. This data, after reading, that you have to give the answers of 14 to 18 question. Let us see. The data which is gathered and presented in various paragraph form is which data? Textual presentation, tabular presentation and diagrammatic. Don't you think it is a textual? Yes, it is a textual because paragraph based data is presented. So it is textual presentation, tabular table form the data is not there, diagrammatic data is not there, so that is the answer. So this is a variety of question which will be asked students related to the particular topic of economics. Next question is which of the following are the components of textual presentation? For that what you will be written there? Textual presentation, which data is there? It is text, figures, both A and B, none of this. Components of textual presentation, what is it? Text and figures, definitely both A and B is the correct. Systematic arrangement of data using various rows and columns is known as textual presentation, tabular presentation, diagrammatic presentation, none of the above. The systematic arrangement of data using various row and columns is known as what data? Row and column, the data, if it is tabular data, because table consists of row and column. So the answer will be tabular presentation. The next question is, dash uses small identical figures or objects for comparisons of various data. Pictographs, diagrams, graphs, all of this. The answer will be all of this. All of this uses small identical figures or objects for comparison of various data. Okay. Various visual presentation of data includes which of the following methods of data? Visual means which we can see. That presentation of data includes what? Diagrammatic presentation, graphical presentation, both A and B, and none of the above. The answer will be both A and B. Because visually if we want to see the data and we have to know the data, definitely which presentation is there? Diagrammatic presentation also will help us to know where labels and explanations will be there. And second is graphical presentation. Okay. Direction, read the following case study questions and answer for question 19 to 23. I think now you got the idea how the question will be asked, which type of questions will be there and the question paper, and how you have to prepare your studies related to the chapter. Okay, so here one more case based question is given before you and the explanation is needed, like diagram is also given. Arithmetic mean has become the most widely used measure of central tendency of data. Arithmetic mean, which has maximum merits and least demerits, is the most meritorious measure of central tendency of data among all other existing measures for the same. One demerit of arithmetic mean is that it is affected by the extreme values of observed data. After mean, the most used method is median and least used method is mode. Due to the complexity in its calculation, observe the figure given below and answer for the question. Okay, so the data, as you have seen there, the data is given frequency, class interval, less than or give scale, x-axis, y-axis, one big division is given 5 units and 10 units. This I explained in the class itself, that the different value scales you can take. X-axis you have to specify how many units have taken, and y units you can explain when same size scale you are not using. Class interval frequency is given, you can say the line graph it is. Okay. In the above figure, median value is given as what? M equals to what? What is given there? That is 58.5, 55, 60 can't be determined. What it is given median value? Yes, it is given 58.5. You can calculate also with the given data and you can get the answer. Which of the following is used to calculate median in the diagram? Which of the following is used to calculate median in the diagram? M by 2 term, M plus 1 by 2 divided by 2 term, M by 4 term, M plus 1 by 4 term. First of all, formula before, whether it is individual or discrete or continuous series, you mention it. Okay. What is the data saying there? Frequency is also there and class interval is there. But no class intervals are maintained. 0 to 4, 4 to 5, like class is there? No. So it is not continuous class. If frequency is there with the series of data, definitely which series is there? Discrete series. So discrete series, the mean median calculation formula is what? M plus 1 by 2 term. Okay. So this way you have to identify, you have to give the answer. Don't give your answer anyway. M by 2 term for continuous series. As our class is not 0 to 10, 10 to 20, this way class is given? No. So it is not the not that series. So here the formula, how I explained to you, I think now it is clear to you. And the M by 4 quartiles is not there. M plus 1 by divided by 4, that is also for quartile, it is not there. So it is the median. Mean is the most used method of central tendency in spite of the fact that it is affected by sampling fluctuations. Choose from the option below. True, false, partially true, incomplete statement. So what is that? Mean is the most used method of central tendency in spite of the fact? Yes, the answer is right, because most probably we use the mean. Which of the following formula can be used to calculate lower quartile in the above paragraph? M by 4 term, M plus 1 divided by 4 term, 3 M by 4 term, or 3 M plus 1 divided by 4 term. So you have to explain which of the following formula can be used to calculate which quartile? Lower quartile. Q4. Lower means Q4. Two quartiles only we are taking. One is the Q1 and second is Q4. So lower quartile, how we will be taking? and that too not the third term, it is the m plus m by 4 divided into 3. Third quartile Q1 and Q4 you have to, Q3 you are taking, Q3 you have to take, not Q4. Q3 you have to take. Okay. Quarter 1 and quarter 3 we are taking. So Q3 you have to take. What is the formula? What is the formula? It's continuous. This is the discrete series, as I already introduced to you. So the formula will be m plus 1 divided by 4, 3 into 3. Okay. Not this 3 will not be the answer. I think the answers are very clear to you people. This is the way how you will be solving the question. Identify the question properly and then give the answer. One more thing I want to explain you once again, that in this particular term 1, the whole chapter will be coming what is given in the syllabus term 1. But one chapter is exempted, that is what has been exempted? Price elasticity of demand. As the more the syllabus is there in shorter period of time, so I have exempted from term 1, but it will be continuing in term 2. So it will be added in term 2 portion. Okay. So in the business studies from chapter 1 to 6, all the chapters will be coming, no exemption. Term 1 portion will be completed very earlier, and it will be coming. Term 2 portion, term 1 portion of economics, all the things will be coming. Only one chapter exempted from microeconomics, that is price elasticity of demand. So this was for today's class. Thank you students. Be prepared for your examination, which is going to start from 27th September. Thank you for today's class. Have a nice day.